Hello and welcome back to Tectonica. So we found the places where we want to put our drills, our sand pumps, excuse me. And what I noticed is I don't think I have anywhere near the fuel capacity to fuel 36 of these at 28.5 per minute. Let me check the numbers on that. So 28.5 times 36 is 1,026. We are not producing 1,026 unrefined diesel anywhere near. So while we were gone between recordings, I went and did a little research. I thought, well, I can take the diesel I've got and I can refine it. And I could do that, but that's still not quite enough pure diesel. And I realized that I can make unrefined diesel from BioBrick and Sesamite coolant, so an alternate recipe, which uses less BioBrick. And then I realized I could just go completely down that line of using Sesamite in the whole chain. So we will be building an entirely new production line for pure diesel for this. Till then, I want to try something. Basically, a stack of 4 like this would be a unit for doing our 3 crusher setup, okay, for turning that into power. And what if next crusher up had a nice little hard deck, this, probably only need it on this side, so that we would put its crushers on this level. Now, maybe that isn't how I put it together, but that does lead to an interesting idea. If I bring all 4 of these down here, and I'll bring the fuel up. First of all, crushers fit very nicely. In fact, I could put a crusher every 2, I think. Okay, I could in fact put 2 and 2 like that, and that unit of 4 would be my thingy. So instead of 36 as 3 towers of 12, we would do 36 as 4 towers of 9. In fact, I would probably do 4 towers of 10, just, you know, to get a little extra speed. So if we put another in here, yeah, you've got some. We could do that. And what I'll do is these 4 here will be my thing. Now, instead of this, let's take that off. I need to put power going up, and we're going to have to actually dig this out like crazy. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some major digging once we get going. But for now, let's just put together our first 2 sets. So each one of these 4 high. If I can work out the pattern for this much of it, that's 16. We can double that to 32 and continue on upwards as we wish. So the idea is that these 4 down here come out to, I'm going to put this guy back here. Okay. What I'm thinking is I can put my sesamite here. That's my sesamite powder. So the stack inserters would bring sesamite powder in here. Let's use filter inserters. That would put this guy like this. I don't have filter long inserters. So instead we need to put like this. There we go. And this is inside my area. I have up to this edge. I need to pass both of your outputs this direction and something from there to there. Means we really need to be something like this. So, no, I only need an overlap of 2. Hold on. Here. So stack filter inserter. This guy is sending sesamite powder into the box. This guy is sending sand this way. And this guy is sending sesamite sand back the other way. Okay. So this guy will always be able to get rid of its sand one way or the other. Each one of these needs 2 inputs. So we have our inputs from the pumps. Boom, 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 boom. We have our outputs of the sesamite powder and the sand. We have the recycled sesamite powder. So this whole thing should just work. And what's missing is the fuel input and the outputs there. So I am going to need to bring power up here. I like symmetry. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go up like that. Trim that later. Oh, wait a minute. No, we won't. It's in the wrong place. You need to be next to him. That feels long enough. And we're going to run horizontals this way. Now this does mean that the 5x5s for this level are going to be here. I'm okay with that. The alternative is to fiddle, well, now let's fiddle around with the verticals so these guys are aligned properly. That vertical doesn't exist. Those need to be peeled away. Go from here to here, and we're going to come back like that. So the key thing is just to get power to there and up to there. I think I've got verticals that are 3 high. That might do the job. Yes, pillars 1x3. Let's use that instead. Uh, hold on. Okay, so if the total distance top of floor to top of floor is 8, I've got a 7 problem. Hmm. Okay, we're going to do this differently. I'm going to put my vertical pole on the corner here, and it will provide all the way up, and we'll put in horizontals across that way. So we are going to go back to the 1x5s. So now he's got power. And these guys, we're going to go back to the 5 wides. I think 5x1s. And that lines up perfectly. There. And when the time comes to build these guys, we'll just build it out like that. Let's leave this empty so that I know what my footprint is. And in fact, I am going to scrub you. So that will keep my footprint. That's going to enforce my ceiling, which is okay. Because I don't go over the top of those, we're all right. What I am going to do is bring in my fuel and fuel at least the low ones here. You are going to be there, and you are going to be... And our inputs are going to be simple here and now I could make these long inserters. Well, we still have the problem of how do we get it in on this level. See, how do I want to do this? We're going to come off to the right. Here, we're going to head over here, out, round, and down. Oh, this needs to be one big thing going up, so this is not going to work. You're going to do both of those like that. You're going to do both of those like that. I just need to hook these guys up somehow. If they came from the center, that might make it a little bit easier. We're going to do, there's a hub. And there. Oh, we're going to need to have this going on through, so this needs to turn and go down here. This can supply more fuel going off that direction. And vertically, you do the same thing up here. look through it like this, I can see what's down there. Yeah, that looks about right. Here's our hub. Going to be coming elevated here, back, down, and around. This is actually more more interesting for me to work on than building the diesel right now, because I was thinking about this, and the diesel, I think I know how I'm going to do it. It's just going to be plotting, lay it out, lay it out, lay it out. This is an interesting little packaging problem. Now, what I want to have is one fuel thing coming up here, have it occasionally stopping to go into a hub. Like we need to go into the hub from one side and come out the other and go up. So we really want to be coming in here, around, up, in like that. And there we go. That's how I want it. I'll just leave that like there. The fuel coming in here will do the right thing. Let's get some unrefined fuel going here. How do I want to do this? We didn't give ourselves a whole lot of space, did we? I'm going to take whatever comes to this level, because we're not going to be sending any explosives. Anything I send to this level is going to be fuel. Come all the way out to here and around. There's fuel. And you are going to come to here and merge. Here and merge. That gives me a best shot at getting a full belt of fuel. Let's do the whole set at once, I guess. Probably gonna need 3 of these wide, maybe. We're awful close there, but I think we're good. Let's use 2. Okay. You are right flush on this edge and halfway in between, halfway straddling that border. You are up 2. We have boxes for the that stuff. Inputs are here and here, and use there. And that's not right. Those are returns. That is sand. This is Shiverthorn powder. Okay. Set up these over here, same thing. Now I can actually start this going with the wrong kind of fuel and use it to get enough sesamite to make the proper kind of fuel, because we do need quite a lot of sesamite to build fuel. I think I've figured out that to run 36 machines, I needed the sesamite from 6 of them. I think. Could be wrong. So this is here and here. There. No. Not here. There. Go. Sesamite powder. In. And sand. This particular layout is a place where I would use a blueprint for this sort of thing. Okay, just to let you know. If blueprints were a thing, I'd be using them. Let's set this up properly. Sand in, products out, sand back, powder. Okay, that is correct. Gonna come through here, back, come down, and there's the hub. And notice this could continue on out that direction if I wanted to make more of these. Which I don't know, maybe I will. The more stacks I have, the more I have to fiddle around with digging out below them. I'm going to put my power in, my fuel inputs first, just so I don't mess that up again. And sand outputs and inputs. Okay. Silverthorn powder. And sand. That looks about right. There we go. So 16. Do we have enough diesel to run 16 pumps? I don't know. Maybe we do. I know we don't have enough for 36, but I didn't really think about it beyond that. So let's go send half of our diesel to level 14. Okay, back down to Victor. I should probably put a teleporter up there, shouldn't I? Yeah, let's do that. Put a teleporter on the lab level. I don't even know if I have any teleporters on me. I can certainly make some. I've got 4 of them. Good. I'm going to put this not quite on the edge so I don't step out into nothing. So, making a note. This is Nexus 46305 is... there. Now let's go down to Victor. We are headed for Victor Lower, which is 25321. So the question is, have I been... Oh, good Lord, I have a lot of this stocked up. So yeah, I should be able to send half of this, no problem. Let's go up to the elevator end of this line. Currently we're sending 13, 13, 13, 12. We don't need to do that. I'm going to send one of these to 14. In fact, I'm going to send 2 to 14, just like that. Now that means 13 may slow down. Take a look at where we are on 13. We've been digging and digging and digging. I thought we'd be done by now. 2,000 to go. Almost done. So we do see fuel coming in, and it's going to be split evenly 4 ways. It's split half and half between the levels here, but the lines out this way. Oh, how about that? Half above, half below, half to the first pair, half to the second pair, half to the left, half to the right. So these are all getting the same amount of fuel. Dig speed is going to go wild because I don't have enough fuel for this. But these are working. Slowly but working. Just for grins, I am going to isolate it and only do the top left pair. So all the incoming fuel is going to go to these 4 machines. So we'll see what this set of 4 does. I kind of like this layout. So these should be running 90% of the time. Multiplier 60%. It might be fun is isolating this level and making it its own power supply and seeing how it does. The other thing I need to do is decide how many of these sets I want to be running power and how many of them I want to be just returning the Shiverthorn, or not Shiverthorn, the Sesamite sand to the factory. It's a balance. And on the whole stack, we're going to have to decide how many total. That's going to depend on how much Shiverthorn sand we actually need. Our diesel line alone is going to need 454 sand per minute. But why is that not getting enough fuel? Oh, 28.5 fuel. I've got these inserters in there. Oh, her to her. You're going to need fast inserters for this kind of fuel, aren't you? Hey, good catch. Okay, so with 4 of these going, we're getting a good solid 1,400 kiloliters per minute sucked out. We should be getting 400 sand out to these guys, which you're going to see 450 because they've got the feedback. Eventually, the powder will show up in here. Pick that up easily enough. Now, if it turns out that it's too hard to pick up the sand from here, what I can do is reorganize these so that the boxes are on the outside, but I think it's going to be easy enough to just fly through here and pick these up. And bear in mind, each one of these is going to be filling at 4 sand per minute, and it's going to hold a lot of sand. So for now, I'm going to take the first row, the first floor, and I'm going to take the sesamite from these 8, and I'm going to route it back to the rest of the rest of the world. So what we have is 2 belts of 400. Oh, that one was backwards. Okay, let's turn this back on. There's 1 belt of 400. I will bring in on 2 of them. Let's give ourselves a little extra room here. Yeah. potentially we have a lot of sand to send back. This is 400. I think I can capture it on 2 inserters here. You know what, this may actually be a decent idea. I'll bring it out to here and around in like that and hub. Okay. And what level are we sending this to? I think I'm sending it to 9. Yep, foundry level. Second one. That. So if those guys are running full speed, that should add up to 800 per minute. Let's see, I need a total of 454 just for that. So this is enough sand for now. I'm going to light this guy up to make power. And since everybody else is... Part of what I saw earlier on with the lack of fueling was that people who aren't full already. Now that they are full, we should be able to finish filling everybody. Now this level could run its own accumulators. Let's see if I can do that. For fun, I'm going to put down maybe 40 accumulators. And now I am going to sever us from the power. We are on our own power grid here. And it looks to me like we are charging this up very neatly. So this is now self-contained for power. And hovering over the Nexus also shows what our current charge is. So we can hold up to 10 megajoules. And we are, in fact, handily producing more than we're consuming. So if we ever... for some reason don't have enough fuel and the power shuts down, we can just connect that up. The other alternative is to run a line of generators here that we can tap. That is probably safer. If I have them, I will do it. I have them. Okay, so if we have to jump start it, get the fuel flowing, and then just activate that crank. Each one of these does a kilowatt. Okay, so 10 megawatts total. That's not enough to run the whole thing, but it's enough to get it started. And if we can just get it started, even at a fraction of its normal speed, eventually these start kicking off, producing electricity. Okay, I think that makes for a good recording. What I will do off camera is dig out the ceiling and put some more layers up there until we get to the point where we are making decent progress on this. And by decent progress, I mean some shot at getting this level dug out before the turn of the next millennium or something. The rest of them will be power levels, because I think this is going to be enough sesamite for now. Later on, if we require more sesamite, we can convert some of our power levels to sesamite levels. Just have to watch that we stay power positive. I think our next recording is going to have to be building our new... Whoops. You need to be on 9. So our next recording will be building the purified diesel from the beginning to end, and I'm going to put that whole thing in the foundry area. And in fact, because most of the technologies I'll be using obsolete, many of the technologies being used, I will be erasing all of the processing here. Everything goes. I'm going to be laying it out again from scratch very differently. I may tear this down. I'll keep this stuff. We need to keep bringing this in. Yeah, you aren't filling up anytime soon. That's fine. But yeah, everything that's not part of the central area, I'll keep the planters. I will not be keeping the threshers. Back to that end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut down my threshing. We're going to accumulate the plants again. Probably should accumulate seeds. Yeah, let's accumulate seeds. No more seeds go out. All the seeds are going to go back to that box. We're going to turn all of our plants into seeds. So I'm going to let all that drain. These boxes need to be emptied so they can accumulate all of this stuff. Fine, you're fine. Okay, there we go. That's the plan. I'm kind of committed to it now that I have told my gardens to stop planting. And I will see you in the next recording.